Crispy, congratulations. You've won the Delta Lloyd Regatta. Obviously you are used to winning this regatta. Tell us why this has some special significance for you in terms of your preparations for London 2012.
I mean, it's a good place for me. It's windy and wavy, and yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Weymouth when you think about it. So yeah, if I can do well in conditions like this, it sort of proves to the other guys that I'm a contender next year, and yeah, so I'm always happy to do that.
You had a pretty good race series. I mean, the results were really consistent across every race and all the conditions that presented. Tell us how you did that.
Yeah, I sort of was pretty lucky. I was sailing quite low risk strategies. I had good speed. I knew I was fast in the wind, so I didn't have to take too much risk. So I was lucky. It sort of, my consistency was there, and I had good speed, and yeah, the results came my way.
So you've won this regatta. What does this mean in terms of qualification for the Australian Olympic team for you?
To win here, it means I've qualified to be nominated for the Olympic team, and yeah, so it's good just to get it done, and it's up to the other Australians now to try to get another qualifier on the board and catch me.
What does your experiences here help you in terms of sail for gold in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, I mean, there's been good competition. We've had a lot of very fast guys who are good in wind, and yeah, for me, it's just good to beat those guys and sort of, yeah, just cement myself as a good strong weather sailor and sort of prove to everyone else. And there was one light day here, I did pretty well there too, so I'm becoming all-rounded, I guess.
Ian and Nathan, silver medalists here in Holland. Ian, what was the situation heading into today's medal race?
We had 8 points to first, and we had 9 points to third. So we had to get 3 boats between us and the Brits to tie with them and win on a countback, or we needed to keep 3 or less in between us and the Kiwis if they were ahead of us.
And Nathan ended up being quite an exciting race.
Yeah, it was quite eventful. We sort of were just trying to be mindful of where the Kiwis were throughout the race, and at the same time trying to sail the British guys back through the fleet, and then take opportunities to move back through. And on the second beat, we were just behind the British guys, but we had them pinned out on the port lay, and a massive left-hand shift came through. So we were first and second, and we spent the rest of the beat on port tack trying to slow them up, and we sort of reached back down through the fleet to try and hold them back, only to let a few boats through, and then by the bottom mark we were both in front of them again. So you know, it was quite eventful. We just sort of spent the whole time trying to get a penalty on the British guys, and you know, the Kiwi guys capsized at the top mark second time round, so it sort of meant we could sail them as far deep as we wanted to give ourselves a chance. And in the end, we only got 1 boat between us and them, but you know, it was a quite enjoyable race.
And Ian, well, you never really want to wish bad luck upon your opponents. It was helpful that the Kiwis had a capsize.
Yeah, well, once the Kiwis capsized, we didn't really have to worry about them anymore, and we could just focus on the British guys. Before the Kiwis capsized, they were winning by a bit, so we had to watch where we were in the fleet. If we were worse than 5th, then we were in danger of losing 2nd, so yeah, it was helpful.
And Nathan, a little bit of gamesmanship going on between yourself and the Poms?
Yeah, no, they knew what was coming, and you know, we were both prepared for a bit of a fight. And as Goob said, once the Kiwis capsized, it was all on. And on the last run, we went from kite, you know, fully eased, full speed, doing 20 knots, to fully trimming it on, trying to jibe on them and make them do a jibe and forcing them past the ley line. And they were able to match pretty much every one of our manoeuvres. So you know, it's good to see the level, you know, is quite high in the fleet, and hopefully next time it comes down to that, we might get the upper hand and be the one who's defending the lead rather than trying to gain something.
And you guys have won the last 2 gold medals here. You still happy to come home with silver?
Yeah, the silver's quite good. You know, it's a bit disappointing for us because we sailed really well the whole week. We had 1 bad race with the 22nd and 1 race where we went to one of the wrong top marks, and at the end of the day that cost us, otherwise we would have been 15 points in front. So, you know, we can't be disappointed with how we went, and it's, you know, great preparation for sail for gold next week.
And Ian, you guys now head to Weymouth, so a bit of training before sail for gold regatta?
Yeah, I think we've got a week and a bit of training before sail for gold, and we'll probably take the next couple of days pretty easy and just have a little bit of a break and then get back into it.
And the competition will be a little bit tougher there?
Yeah, a lot of the top boats are already there training, so they've missed Holland Regatta because I think it's for a lot of the other countries it's selection for the test event down in Weymouth, so they've been down there training while we've been up here racing.
Nath, finally looking forward to the challenge of potentially 3 straight wins in Weymouth?
Yeah, no, we're definitely looking forward to getting there and getting some good training and getting used to the place. And again, if we can be on the podium there, that sort of shows that we're getting a hang of the place. And if we can get 3 in a row, then we'll take it. But we've got the whole group there, the whole top boats there. I think we've got like 60 boats competing, so we'll be in split fleets and some good gold fleet racing, and hopefully we can get a nice little points gap before the medal race this time.
Then congratulations, 3rd in this regatta. Tell us how you feel.
Pretty good. A bit of a relief actually, because I had a capsize down the 2nd downwind, which put the pressure on me really to do nothing. To finish 10th. And the other guy had to finish worse than 3rd to maintain 3rd overall.
Okay, so obviously some lucky elements to that race. What were you seeing out there in terms of the conditions?
Oh, the conditions are quite random and unpredictable. My game plan was to stay left of the fleet on the first beat, and that put me at the top mark in 3rd, and then 3rd at the bottom, but just some unforced errors in the race which caused me to drop back in the fleet.
What have you learned from this regatta? Obviously getting on the podiums are really important in your preparations for London 2012. Give us some insights into the whole regatta and what it was like to put it together to get onto the podium.
It is good to finish on the podium. It's a step in the right direction. It's confidence building. It's a whole lot of things that put the puzzle together. Collectively, the Australian sailing team are putting a good package together, which will reap the rewards come next week and in 2012.